Jordan, if you don't come at me like you truly mean to stab me, you'll never land a hit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
It has been about 2 weeks since I first saw Karma here in the forest, practicing with Garlan. I've come here every night since then, though I never stay as long as Karma, since I actually have work to do in the mornings.
Alright, here I come.
Their two swords clash, and Karma laughs as he throws Jurian back and taps her lightly on the shoulder with his sword.
That makes 4 hits, and that one was easy. Is that the best you can do, Jordan?
I notice that every time Karma practices it with Jurian, he's in his Miss Karma disguise. He says it is because of the curse and because he does not want Jurian to fall in love with him. Isn't he being overdramatic? I doubt someone like Jurian could fall in love with Karma.
Be subtle and quiet. Garlan tells me that you're usually good at that.
I am, sir.
Then why the exception today?
Sir.
Darling, it wouldn't happen to be one of the way I'm dressed, would it? Are you still not used to it? Hit the nail on the head, have I? It is not very cleverous to hurt a lady, of course, but that logic applies to men as well. An enemy is an enemy, Jordan, even if your enemy is a delicate flower like myself.
Delicate flower.
Jurian, you should hit him on the head for that.
But Princess...
He's not delicate at all. Jurian laughs and I scowl at her. Is she laughing at me?
You and Karma seem to get along.
I doubt it.
Oh, Princess, you wound me.
You always say that.
You wound me where Jurian's blades cannot.
Something flashes in Jurian's eyes as she readies her sword again. Karma stands ready as Jurian rushes at him with her sword. Their swords clash again. I wonder... Karma, your back's open. Karma turns. Jurian taps him on the shoulder and laughs out loud.
I did it! A single hit! It looks like you have a weakness too, Karma.
No, it isn't a weakness. It was a lack of sleep catching up with me.
Why did he listen to me? He told Garlan the other day that it was crucial to only listen and watch the most important things.
Alright, practice is over for now. I can see Garlan coming for his practice.
Karma walks to a corner to have a drink. I should probably head back to the tavern soon, but there is something I want to see first. On her way out, Jurian gives a solemn nod to Garlan. She pauses to say something to him and looks at me, noticing my vague curiosity.
I was just mentioning what a good swordsman Karma is.
I have seen him fight, and Karma is a good swordsman. There's no doubt about it. Yet, is practicing with him really so special?
He is fast on his feet and quick with his reactions.
He's an excellent person to train under, even better than most of the commanders in the palace.
I can second that.
Even better than Ross. Remember him?
The first commander we trained under. The one that punished slow learning with extra exercises.
You always had to do more exercises than I did. Something about you being distracted?
I was watching the way you swung your sword to make sure you didn't hurt yourself.
You've always been overprotective.
Well,
They both suddenly stop to look at Karma, who is smiling slyly on the side. Why does he have that look on his face?
Well, that's a sign. We can't keep the commander waiting.
Garlan shakes his head, his expression snapping back into something more serious.
Right.
The two exchange quick farewells before Jurian waves and steps out of the clearing, leaving Garlan with Karma.
You're in a dress today.
Are you two really so opposed to hurting me when I'm in a dress? Or are you worried about ruining it?
No, it's just so strange. You move so well, even in a long dress. But yes, Jurian did mention almost stepping on it once.
Impossible. I am the picture of elegance.
Of course, sir.
Karma shrugs Garland's comment off. The two ready their swords, then get right into practice. Jurian has taken over Garland's patrol now, so that Garland can get in some practice time.
So, Garlan, have you told Jordan yet?
No.
The conversation that Karma always has with Garland is the real reason I stay behind to watch them practice. I don't understand why Garland answers Karma's question if doing so makes him so depressed.
Will you ever say anything to her, Garlan?
Why don't you just confess to her already? Karma lands an easy hit on Garland, who sighs in response. Whenever Garland thinks about Jurian, he gets distracted. I do not understand his feelings at all, but seeing him remain quiet frustrates me.
Jurian is talented and poised. I can never be good enough for her.
You'll never win a woman's heart if you don't compliment her looks as well.
Well, she's pretty too. Beautiful. But then there's me.
Aren't they both knights? Haven't they been training together for a long time? So just say something to her.
Well,
All you ever do is talk about her. Even Karma says your concentration is lacking because she is always on your mind. So just tell her. If she does not like you back, then that's it.
If she doesn't like me back...
Confessions are hard. Princess, very tedious.
You're only saying that because you're dramatic about everything.
The very nature of love is dramatic, darling. But enough idle chatter, sir. Let us continue our training.
I end up staying longer than I intended. By the time I consider returning to the tavern, Garland and Karma are wrapping up for the night. I have a question for Karma, so I wait until Garland leaves before I approach him.
You're still here, Princess. Were you sneaking out alone with me by chance?
I have enough of that every day when we run errands. I just have a question for you.
You always come to the right person. What can I do for you, Princess?
You ask Garland the same question every time you train, and he always tells you that he cannot confess. Karma nods in acknowledgement, but his attention is on his sword. He inspects it carefully before sheathing it. It frustrates me.
You're frustrated?
That look of his always annoys me.
Oh my.
It is annoying.
Did you want to ask me why he won't confess because you're so frustrated?
Yes.
I suppose after almost 2 months, I do know you a bit better.
You do not know anything about me. And I don't know anything about Karma either.
Confessing isn't easy, dear. Surely you must realise that the possibility of rejection is a significant
But if you never ask, you never get an answer, and the stress of worrying stays with you and ruins everything. Why are you staring at me?
Is that the reason you're so blunt, Princess?
Blunt? You are far more blunt than I am.
Princess Lucette, you truly are amusing. You're as sharp as a knife's blade.
I am not amusing.
That is a matter of opinion, darling.
He really is insufferable. And yet, I still come to him for advice.
The scariest part of a confession is the possibility of rejection. Can you imagine loving someone and then finding out that they don't feel the same way about you?
My thoughts shift to the king. My chest tightens.
Princess Lucette.
Karma reaches out a hand to brush a strand of hair out of my face. I slap it away without realizing. He pulls his hand back with a gentle sigh.
My apologies, Princess.
No, I cannot imagine.
No?
Loving someone and finding out they do not feel the same way. I always knew my father never loved me. My understanding is different from what Karma is referring to. Besides, I no longer hold any love in my heart for the king. I've already given up hope on him. Right?
It is a good thing you haven't experienced a rejected love, Princess. It is one of the worst feelings.
Karma asks to be alone, so I return to the tavern by myself that night. I do not know why I agreed to this when nothing changes. Today I am once again out in town with Karma, running errands. Since we've been partners, he insists on me coming with him every day. Why do you need a new dress?
Because a lady needs all kinds of dresses in her closet. Variety is key when you want to make a good impression.
Why would you want to make a good impression on people in a disguise? A disguise is meant to conceal you. It does not exist to be flaunted.
Oh no, darling. I only wear the disguise to stop the curse from working on people. It's not really meant to conceal anything, but the fact that I am a man being looked on by a married woman or by a woman in love with another man is especially troubling.
Is the curse really that powerful? Karma leads me over to the dress store, and our conversation pauses when he goes to the store owner to give specifications for a new dress. When we leave, Karma suggests going someplace to reward me for all my hard work. You're treating me?
Why wouldn't I, darling? You've been helping me for a while now.
What is this feeling? Gratitude? Karma does owe me for everything that I've done for him, so why do I feel like this? You know, it would be much easier for you to just help me carry bags.
Oh, there. Let's buy one of those cupcakes.
Karma cuts through my suggestion easily. Does he really dislike work so much that he'd rather pay me off for helping him? Karma takes me to a stand showcasing all sorts of cupcakes. There are some with colored frosting, others with fancy decorations. Some are especially eye-catching, like a bright blue cupcake decorated with little stars.
Anything catch your fancy, ladies?
All of them actually, Alice. I do not think eating them all would be good for my diet. Whatever do you think, Princess? We'll share one?
I turn back to the cupcakes, which I realize are big enough to share between two people. Am I choosing one for myself, or one that Karma would like? I guess he is treating me, but... Two cupcakes catch my eyes. One has a tiny little creature sitting on top of the frosting. It seems to be a little lizard of sorts. Though it is strange, the colors remind me of Karma's dress. The other cupcake is decorated with little white chocolate pearls. Those pearls are small and somehow cute. But Karma might like the other cupcake?
Oh, it's between those two. Which do you like, Lucette?
All of that one.
The one with the... Oh my... Is that a chameleon?
A chameleon?
It is a chameleon. Oh, that's adorable, so we'll take one of those.
I was thinking he'd like it for the colors, not the chameleon, whatever that is.
Let's go enjoy this somewhere else, shall we?
Karma leads me to the middle of the plaza, and the two of us find a table. He walks off to get a fork and a knife, before returning and handing a set to me. Do we really need a knife and a fork to eat a cupcake? So, before we got your dress and you distracted me with cupcakes, we were talking about your curse.
Were we? It's not an interesting topic. I was glad that we had gotten off that tangent, to be honest.
Why don't you want to talk about it?
You have your secrets, just as do I, Princess.
But the whole point of pairing up is to help each other with our curses.
Princess, you want to help me?
Only because it's necessary that I help him so he can help me.
I haven't made any progress helping you though.
You said you would provide me with opportunities.
I'm not very good at that, am I? I'm sorry, Princess.
Well, I don't think I've done anything for you either.
But Princess, you've been helping me for the last few weeks. Whether or not it's an obligation, you still are good company.
good company. No one has ever told me that before. They only chide me for being difficult to speak with. Karma starts cutting the cupcake, his knife sliding through frosting and cake with ease. I've definitely never seen such refined manners for a simple dessert.
What was your life like before the Curse Princess?
I have no need to tell you any of that.
No, it's not necessary, but I am just curious.
Would I be doing a good deed in telling him? I don't think so.
How about we trade off fact for fact? You give me a story today, and I'll give you one tomorrow.
What makes you think I'm interested in your life?
Well, you keep asking me about my curse.
Only because we are working on breaking our curses.
Okay, then we won't talk about the past or any secrets. We can talk about this cupcake instead.
What? Why does he always insist on changing the topic? Karma cuts the chameleon on top in half. I notice that he gives himself the head, which is a lot cuter, while I get stuck with the tail.
Chameleons are little lizards that can blend into their surroundings.
Is he willing to go this far to avoid the subject?
When I was a child, my father used to call me a chameleon.
What?
I had a lot to avoid. Responsibilities. Oftentimes, no one could find me. Not my father nor the servants.
If he had servants, then that makes him a noble?
One day I was out searching for a mythical creature in our garden, and I came upon a chameleon. It was this small, silly little lizard, but I'd only found it because I was looking for something fantastic.
The lizard on the cupcake does not seem at all that fantastic.
My father explained what it was to me, and then he started calling me his little silly chameleon. It was ridiculous, but he said I was always very good at hiding, so it just suited me. What is it, Princess?
It seems like you are still good at hiding. You hide behind your disguise and keep many secrets.
I suppose I'm still a chameleon then?
I don't think that nickname makes any sense.
Sometimes don't have to. Nicknames don't have to make sense to be endearing, Princess.
Can we please just get back to the subject at hand?
Yes, this cupcake.
If you insist on sharing a story for a story, then I will tell you something about me.
Oh, you didn't seem that type of want to share.
I normally do not see any reason for sharing things about my past, no. Mother once told me that to confide in someone else was a weakness. But more than that, I was always worried that the others would judge me. No one has ever wanted to listen to me. I know enough about others' opinions of me to know that they think I am the one at fault. Always.
I wouldn't judge you, Princess Lucette. I mean, I wouldn't judge you for not wanting to say anything to me. I divulge nothing to you after all.
A story for a story. That is the deal, right? I expect you to keep it. Or rather, a fact for a fact. It is not like I have to tell him everything, just something about myself. I will tell you about my life at the palace. It's not as if it was a secret, though I doubt Karma would understand. Ever since Mother died, the palace has been a cold place. Why the surprise? Is it because you see Emmeline and Rod and assume we're all just one big happy family?
I do have to admit that Princess Malagin seems quite gentle. Prince Rod is quiet, but he seems like an honourable man. When I saw you and the princess at the dress store, Princess Malagin seemed very nice. Is she not?
Her kindness is fragile at best. She tries far too hard for it to be genuine. Her insistence is irritating. I've never wanted to be friends with her. The king took a second wife after my mother died, as if she never mattered to him. Karma is silent and I continue to talk, my motions loosening my tongue. I had meant to stop there, but the words keep coming. The only one who ever showed me any affection in the palace was Mother. The king never paid much attention to me in the first place, but he treats Rod and Emmeline far better than he has ever treated me.
What was your mother like?
All of my fondest memories are of her. She was always with me in the palace, teaching me right from wrong. She taught me how not to show weakness, who to speak with.
Who to speak with?
Needless conversation is useless. People are often very likely to lead you astray. That was the reason I never saw any reason to speak with the townsfolk. Will you judge me as everyone else does?
No, Princess, I'm not judging you. I'm just a little sad.
Sad? Why would he be sad?
It sounds like you lived an empty life,
It was not an empty life.
but it sounds as if your mother separated you from everyone.
It wasn't as if the townsfolk would have accepted me anyway. Mother said they were not to be trusted.
Princess, about your mother.
I will not hear you speak ill of Mother.
No, I only had a question about your mother.
Karma coughs, and I pause to stare at him as he clears his throat. What is it?
This.
Oh, gods.
I hear the change immediately. His voice is lower, far lower, and the soft gentleness gone. Karma puts a hand to his throat and grumbles. Karma's voice is teetering on the edge of sounding unmistakably male. I've always wondered how he's able to change his voice, but I always forgot to ask him about it. What happened to your voice?
It's Miss Karma.
I turn to see a young market girl approaching us. She looks at Karma adoringly.
I always wanted to speak with you, Miss Karma, ever since you complimented my dress at one time in the dress store. Your dress is lovely today, as always, Miss Karma.
Karma?
Miss Karma, are you okay?
I am quite fine.
I cannot help but giggle as the girl takes a step back, looking shocked by Karma's now deep voice. Karma curses again in his deep voice before forcing a bright smile on his face.
Excuse me. Excuse me, I am feeling under the weather.
I notice that he's trying to change the pitch of his voice, but the highness is only annoying rather than soothing now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Karma turns to me urgently, but I am too amused to offer any sort of assistance. What is it, Miss Karma? Karma's smile is forced and his eyes are glaring at me. I laugh once again, not able to help myself. His expression softens, but only slightly. I think we had better get going. Karma nods his head. I'll have explaining to do if we just sit here.
Is there nothing I can do to help you too?
No, obviously not.
Sorry.
He does not look amused. Why? I'm only trying to get us out of here faster.
Leaving.
He takes my hand and curtsies politely to the girl as he pulls me away. Karma, you sound sick.
It's run out.
Run out?
The potion the parfait makes for me. I must have talked too much.
You talk too much? Karma puts a finger to his lips as we stroll through town. He shakes his head, making it clear that he won't speak to me until later. When we arrive at the tavern, it is already dark. Karma pauses and turns to look at me. What?
You have a nice smile, Princess Lucette. I'm glad I could make you laugh.
Well, of course I laughed. You sounded ridiculous.
It's worth sounding ridiculous just to see you smile.
You and Rumple really are the same. The comment doesn't faze him. He smiles widely as he leaves for his room.
I'm glad I could make you laugh.
I cannot get those words out of my head, even though I'm supposed to be resting for the night. I think I should go see if Karma's practicing with Durian or Garlan. I leave my room and go down to the reception room. Delora and Parfait let me go to the forest at night alone now, since they know that I'm meeting up with Karma. Parfait is in the reception room tonight, reading a book. I was always told reading in the dark was bad for your eyes. I notice that she's closed the book and I can now read the cover. She's reading Cinderella? That's my Fairytale Curse. The Great War was caused by the fairy tales, right? And yet you are reading one.
The curses are based off these fairy tales, after all.
But why are you reading Cinderella? My curse isn't anything like the fairy tale. It's reversed.
True, but the morals remain the same. In order to become Cinderella, you must be good like her.
Cinderella had everything handed to her by a fairy godmother. I had everything taken away.
Princess, have you truly had everything taken away from you?
Compared to what I used to have, what I have now might as well be nothing.
You have friendships and people who enjoy your company.
No one in this tavern enjoys my company.
Are you sure about that, Princess? I think you just have difficulty trusting that we all like you.
Like me? Why would you like me?
You've become like family here.
I haven't even been here that long.
It doesn't matter. Everyone here at the Marchant is family.
Family? You are saying that everyone at the Marchant is like family.
Princess, you're more than one of my boarders. You're more than just a regular here. You live here with us. So like I said, you're family.
I speak more with the people here than I have ever spoken to my own family. In the palace I was always alone. The only person I could speak with was Fritz.
Are you going to watch Karma practice?
I nod in response.
Be safe, Princess.
As I head to the door, I recall what happened earlier today. Parfait, what is this potion you make for Karma?
You mean the potion I make to change his voice? He begged me to help him when he first designed his disguise. Karma makes a beautiful woman, but he didn't think the illusion was complete without a convincing. You know how picky he is. Something else on your mind, Princess?
Karma hides his curse, but you must know the conditions for breaking it, don't you? Parfait does not answer. Or are you also keeping it a secret?
Princess Lucette, not everyone likes to talk about their curse. I think it would be better if you ask Karma directly.
I just don't understand why he wouldn't tell me everything when I'm just trying to help him.
Just as you think your good deeds are difficult, there is also something about Karma's curse that he can't come to terms with.
I put my hand to the necklace around my neck. I still haven't performed any good deeds. Can I really do this? I'm going now. I walk out the front door and into the forest. I decide not to think about all this, at least not until later. I wish this was all simpler and that Karma wasn't cloaked in so many secrets.
Mother, I went to town today.
Oh, I told you not to go in town. Did your father take you?
He told me that it would be fun.
And was it?
No. Everyone looked really angry at me, but I don't know why.
I've told you before, haven't I, dearest one? The townsfolk are jealous of you.
Jealous?
They are bitter about their lot in life, and because of that they will seek to use you for your status. You cannot trust them, Lucette. You cannot trust anyone but me. Trusting others will only lead to heartbreak, Lucette. You need only trust me, because I will never hurt you.